Alright, so the purpose of this video is to demonstrate humidifier control with Spark.io. This is a pretty easy project to pull off, and it only required the use of a 4-channel relay controller, a Spark.io module, pictured here, and just a couple of cables that connect into the board between the main controls of the unit and the actual control board located at the base of the unit. For reference here, I'm working with a Vornado humidifier that provides a series of buttons at the top as the main controls for the unit. Here you'll see that there's a power button, a high, low, and auto fan and humidifier output control, and a control for setting the desired humidity level. Here it runs from 40 to 60% relative humidity at 5% increments, and a continual mode which will operate the unit continuously until it runs out of water. There is also a 2-pin water level sensor, which I have not yet connected. I will be doing this in a future version of this project. So here we have both the humidifier at the off rate and off fan speed. We can change that though by going in our terminal here and setting the out rate to low. And there we go, we have a working humidifier. Now of course we have a lot of water buildup right around the humidifier, which isn't what we want, so we need to go back to our terminal here, and we're going to set the fan speed to low. If I can find the command right there. And now the fan turns on, and now there's no air buildup, which is exactly what we want. Alright, let's try kicking up the fan speed to high. I think I just went past it. Nope, I didn't. Here we go. And now we have a very loud humidifier. Now all of this is being done just by controlling a couple of relays. It's a pretty straightforward project to pull off. All you need is a Spark.io module, which is currently $29, or sorry, I think $39. There'll be a new version coming out later this year, actually in May, which only costs $19. So if you're looking to build this kind of project in the next couple of months, you can count on getting one of these relay modules, which is about under $10 on Amazon, some cables to connect things up with, and then a Spark.io module. And it actually comes with the breadboard, but I would of course recommend getting proper cables that you can eliminate the breadboard and just place all the circuitry inside of the unit. And one other note here, you can set the humidifier output rate to high. It's kind of hard to notice this directly from the humidifier itself for whatever reason, but definitely if you look at the meter I have here under the desk, actually that's in volts right now, change it. So this is about 50 watts here, 50.2. And if I go over here to our terminal and I set the output rate to low, oops, you'll see down here on our meter that we're now using 43.7 watts. So there's about a 7 watt roughly difference between low and high output. Normally you probably want to run the fan the same speed as the output, but that's totally doable. Of course, that just depends on how you use the software. As far as the actual backend for this goes, this is running through Spark.io's cloud currently, but you could totally modify the Spark.io module to your own needs, and you could actually just replace all these relays anyway. There's nothing preventing you from doing that. I'll be posting the schematic for how this actually works in a few days from now. Anyway, you can see there's the 7-pin connector, and that's ultimately what drives all of this, along with, of course, the 2 wires for the water sensor. But those actually go into the lower control board at the bottom of the unit, so you don't actually have to do anything with that. You could totally replace the upper control panel without regard to the water sensor. The other thing to note is that you can actually turn the unit off, but turning the unit off only stops the water output. It doesn't actually stop the fans, because the fans are being controlled separately. That could be totally modified to make it work somewhat consistently with the interface up at the top of the unit, but I didn't really see a value to doing that, so I didn't. Alright, that's all.